我々龍が如くスタジオでは龍が如くセブンガイデン名を消した男で桐生を新しいプレイヤーの皆様に紹介できることを大変楽しみにしております。龍が如くセブンガイデン以前に桐生一馬が何をやっていたのかが明かされ、どのように龍が如く8へとつながっていくのか、それが分かります。ストーリーを完全に体験するには
It's really like bizarre to see
And I
him.
gotta get used to the
But
green.
it really makes it just makes his character.
So now they're moving into,
He's going overseas, it looked like.
物語になっています。ゲームの説明に入る前にまずは春日一番についておさらいしましょう。
So now they're moving into 8, but they said there's going to be a demo of 8 with Gaiden.
Oh,
Yakuza Like a Dragon marked the origin of series protagonist Ichiban Kasuga, a low-level Yakuza grunt who was abandoned as a child and raised in a Tokyo brothel.
俺は勇者になりたかったな。俺の人生はこの人に
I don't know if this will spoil anything for you.
where where he shaved his head. He didn't even. It's like, why'd you
Once
get your hair,
destined to
buddy?
lead a life of crime, his
right,
love
he
for
had to serve like 20
JRPGs
years.
shaped his heroic sense of honor, justice, and loyalty, as well as his future.
ちょっとかましてみっか。します。
With his infectious charisma, nose for
It is
trouble,
funny.
and
He
plain
is a
dumb
funny
luck,
character.
Ichi earned the trust of a ragtag group of outcasts, his beloved party members.
変なのばっかり好かれるんだ。
Yeah, he had some good
Together, they
sidekicks
faced
in the
down
first
an
one.
insidious political conspiracy and devious double crosses, while learning the truth about Ichiban's real father. Ichiban Kasuga. Dreamer,
I just think it's funny they're doing this whole intro.
hero.
I guess they needed to recap people who hadn't played in a while.
Right.
龍が如く
Well,
8
it's
では
gotta-
新しい冒険、新しい舞台、そして個性的な新しい仲間たちと出会うこと
I've
に
got to refresh my
さら
memory
に春
too.
日一番はこの物語唯一のヒーローではありません。龍が如くセブンで春日一番を正気に戻した男、桐生一馬が再度トラブルから春日一番を助け出すために帰ってきます。桐生一馬が日本から遠く離れた場所
I
で
think Kiryu's
春日
supposed to
一
be
番に
pushing
関わるのは
60 in
He
this
looks a
one.
little old there. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, he's supposed to be, I think, 59 or so in
Yeah,
this
they've
game.
got him all gray
そ
and
して
everything.
龍
You
が
almost
如く
don't
レイドは
recognize him.
友情、家族、裏切りと欲望の旅へとあなたたちを誘っていきます。本作は我々が満を持してお届けする作品です。
Alright, this is a pretty beefy story trailer.
Okay.
So,
Get
お
ready.
初にお目にかかりま
it's
す。
a long
手前
trailer.
小国と発祥
But it's
するは
interesting.
ジャパンの東京カムロ町。町のソープで産湯を使い、姓は春日、名は一番。人呼んで浜の英雄と発します。奇妙な縁にし持ちまして、生き別れの母のため、はるばる海越え国越え
I don't know what he's doing here, but Kiryu is like holding the boom mic.
以後お見知りの地の上、強行万端、よろしく
I think they're filming like a commercial or something.
私、カムロ町のソープで産湯を使い、偉人町で暮らしておりましたが、
サラリーマンが板についてきたね。
まあ、コツコツやってるよ。
Shovel that boot in.
Still working his part-time jobs.
結婚してください。
He asks
Oh,
her
yeah,
to
somebody to get
marry
married.
him. I
Isn't that the
know.
lawyer?
That was
Was she the lawyer?
she was I think she was a hostess.
Yeah, she was a hostess.
終了。
これが浜の英雄の裏。いや、真
There's
の
an
顔な
evil
のです。
ちょっと
VTuber.
デタラメじゃねえか。
最近な清流会がきな臭い動きを見せた。
高部会長の留守を預かっております。若頭の海老名と申します。春日さん、会っていただきたい人がいます。まさか。久しぶりだな。
So he was like the second in command to Arakawa from the first game. The one that he took the fall for
ハワイに
in
行った
prison.
そこに
Oh.
お前と会いたがってる人がいるんだ。お前の母親だよ。アルカーの親父がただ一人愛した女性、茜さんだ。
So it's not for Ichiban's sake, it's for his boss's sake.
Yes.
すいません。 いいかい。こういう時は遠慮しねえでズボンのベルトを持つといいんだ。
He used to take care of. Remember how he helped Arakawa's son? He was in the wheelchair, and then he
Yes.
took the steroids, and he.
じゃ
That's right, he did.
ボンボヤージ
ボンボヤ
ュボンボヤージュ良い旅をって意味です。
おうもう着くのか。日本で調べた時はもっと郊外だと思ってたんだけど。
へえ、そっか。そのくらいは調べてきてるのか。
Don't know what's up with this.
He's getting kidnapped, huh? He's gotta go meet somebody.
森な。
Either that, or they sent someone to keep an eye on him while he was here. Oh right, that's right. It cuts to this part.
He wakes up.
それで
This is where he wakes up naked.
Yeah.
どうかしたのか。それも全裸で。
So we know officially he's in Honolulu now.
はどうなってんだこりゃ。嘘みてえな話だってのは自分でも分かってるよ。おらあばよフリーズ。たく浜の英雄が何やってんだ。荒川真澄が泣いてるぞ。桐生さん久しぶりだな春日。俺は一派の命を受けてある仕事について。
Blur, have you seen this yet? Any of this yet?
No, I haven't
さんを
actually
追って
seen
るって
this.
ことですか。富澤
I've seen bits and pieces of it, I guess.
何やってんだよ。
Blur and Okaboji have been playing through Yakuza's or Like a Dragon 7,
俺
so
は国立ちだと思ってたぜ。
お久しぶり、春日さん。藤宮千歳と申します。お待た
these
せ
are
しま
new
した。
characters.
I was gonna say, I don't recognize any
Yeah,
of them.
but I think these two they just showed are both party
聞いてなか
members.
ったからよ。
So she's a maid or something,
よ
a
ろしく。
housekeeper.
ちいちゃん
はい。バ
So
ラ
I
クー
guess
ダに
she's
追
a
わ
new
れて
party
る。
member.
ハワイのマフィアだ。茜さんがバラクーダに
So
狙
this
わ
is
れて
the so you actually have to fight the American mafia in
私
this
がバ
one.
ラクーダ
Yeah,
を
which
仕切
is
ってい
really
る。
funny.
You recognize that actor?
バラクーダ。
Oh, yeah.
It's Danny Trejo
ようこそ目半西。
as
見えたのか。
Yeah, that's the bad.
uh-huh.
マジで007みてえだ。カメラの向こうの春日一番。
I don't have all the context for
見えてま
this,
すか。我々は
but
茜さん
I
を
guess
探して
this is all stuff that probably happens fairly early on.
俺社会がこぞって茜さんを
He
探
is
してい
beat
る。
up.
さびさび。ハワイにもヤクザがいんのか。ガイドブックには書いてないだろうな。
Wearing that big old coat in Hawaii.
I know.
まだコピー取ってないんです。
いいちゃんに手は出させねえ。助けがいるんだ。もう一人だな。
Oh, is the cop friend.
Namba and
Yeah.
Dachi
Right.
come out too. I love it. Dachi in his
朝は山の小判だったのに、
t-shirt.
今はお前らと一つ屋根の下。人生何が起こるかわからねえな。
人の一生はどこまで行っても一筆書きだ。だから一瞬一瞬を一生懸命生きられる。頭じゃ分かってたつもりだったが、身に染みたのは俺もつい最近だ。
桐生さん？
なんかあったんですか？ああ、お前らには言っておいた方
So
がいいだろう
Jim
な。
Kiryu's gonna be a big part of.
Yeah, he's like the secondary protagonist. I think.
俺はな、ガンなんだ。
Oh.
He's got cancer.
医者にはなんでこんな状態で外をぶらつけてるのかって。
He's dying.
So this is his. You haven't played the older ones. This is his
No.
adopted
桐生一馬の
daughter.
Okay.
家族で
She's
す。
like an idol in Japan. He has multiple adopted kids that he watched over at an
堂島の
orphanage.
竜も病気には勝てんか。何や老けたの桐
So
生
you
さん。
must have told him he had
桐生
cancer.
さん、お互い
These are some of your buddies from the older
いろいろあ
games.
ったみたいやな。
Okay.
ここで
They
桐生
all
さんに
look
できることは
older
あり
too,
ませ
I
んよ。
take it.
とにかくあんたは少し休まねえと。
静かに余生を過ごすのもいいだろう。
So you got cancer and quitting, retiring isn't in the car. In the
少
cards.
しでもやるべきことに使いたい。それが
He looks in bad shape.
古いヤクザを
Yeah,
生きちまった
I know everybody's freaking out about this because
けじめのつけ方
everyone's like, are they actually gonna kill him off this time, or is it gonna be another fake out?
Oh no.
This evil VTuber
死んだはずの超大物ヤクザ
exposing that Kiryu's
実は
back.
生きていたですというわ
It's
け
like,
で
what is her vested interest in any of this?
解説していただきます。
つまり
I love how she's just
Why would
interviewing
Like,
the
why would they
Yakuza.
agree?
I know.
桐生さん
She probably works for them secretly. You'll probably have to find out. who she
Probably.
is.
She's probably just getting paid. Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember her.
Yeah, I remember.
このメンツ
Remember most of
困
them.
った時は頼ってく
So
れ
it looks like you go back to
それ
Yokohama.
がダチってもんだろ
I remember a lot of his friends.
Yeah, because she wasn't playable, but now she is. The purple-haired
ようこそ
Son
いらっ
Hui,
しゃ
I
い
think
ま
was
し
her name.
たお前の目的はヤクザへの復讐なのか
第二次大解散真の意味での極道の解体です。我々には縁あってハワイにビジネスパートナーがいるんです。それがハワイの宗教団体パレカナです。
I don't know what's going on here.
春日さん
Another villain? It's the guy with
ヤク
the.
ザにとってこれ以上の勲章はね準備はできてるな春日やるしかねえやってやりましょうや
Baseball bat with barbed wire.
ジャパニーズヤクザ
Karaoke.
They show a little bit of the actual gameplay after this. This is all just the story trailer. It's a long trailer.
They're showing so much.
Yeah, they probably should have showed less, but I mean, it's exciting regardless. There's the Danny Trejo fight. Fight a giant squid, a giant shark.
Looks awesome.
Yeah. I'm really excited for it. I think the story looks really.
ヤクザの過去を引き受けるお前にはヤクザの未来を頼む
さあこれで龍が如く8がどのようなゲームなのかお分かりいただけたかと思います本作は敵味方を含め新キャラが数多く登場し彼らに命を吹き込むために世界で最も彼らに合った
Yeah, there were a lot of
を見つける
faces
こと
I
に
didn't
力を入れま
recognize
した
in there.
ここで我
Yeah,
々のお
which
気
is,
に入りのキャラクター
you
の
know, to be
Fine.
expected.
ドナルド・ワイトがムービーレジェンドであるダニー・トレホさんによって演じられることを
This is cool. They're actually bringing in Western
ドワイトは
actors.
バラクーダの
And they'll show someone off here that you'll
さらに
recognize
鋭く研ぎ
too.
澄まされたマチューテをその手に振るって世界最大の偽造商品マーケットを支配していますダニーさんの重厚な演技がスト
They
ー
have
リ
him
ーの
fighting
根
with
幹となるキャラク
machetes.
ター
Oh, I know. I mean, that's very
Some
very stereotypical of the Hispanic because I used to, when I lived in Mexico, they all, a lot of people carried around machetes to cut their grass. It's small lawns, and a lot of them had a hook on the end. The machete had a hook on the end.
And I'm super excited to talk about this.
Yeah, it's Jin from
It's
Lost.
Jin from
It's
Lost.
from Sega.
Probably
It's
because he's
called
in. I
Like a
bet he
Dragon.
still lives,
Still lives in
I
Hawaii.
get to play a role of a Yakuza syndicate leader named
I guess he does the
Masataka Edina.
voice, but they probably didn't use his likeness.
Time to die, Kazuma
Hope you guys like
Although I
it.
guess it would only be in the
Enjoy.
English
Aloha.
dub that you'll hear.
Because he didn't know Japanese in Lost, they had to teach him, right?
I think he was Korean.
Or he was Korean in
Yeah.
Lost.
Uh-huh.
大変光栄に思います。新たに
But I think
数多
you're
く
right.
の
I
性
think
的
they
な
had
キャ
to
ラ
teach
た
him.
ちと凶暴な敵キャラが登場します。さらに皆様おなじみのメンバーにも会えるでしょう。ここで春日一番のパーティーに一部続投するメンバーと本作から加わる新しい仲間たちを紹介します。
In Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Ichiban will be reunited with some of his old friends to aid him on his new quest.
I know, I had those two in my party.
A veteran of the streets who wants
Look, he has a
worked as
slightly
nurse.
different outfit.
Adachi,
Yeah, he does.
A former detective and
Adachi
driving
has a-
instructor
I
in
used
the
him a
Kanagawa
lot.
Police.
Yep.
Soihi, cunning leader of the Gomu
I used
Mafia,
her.
now a playable character. Junyi is the second
Or maybe,
in command of
okay,
the
she
Gomu,
wasn't playable.
and Sun Yi's right hand.
But
Yeah.
I did use Jungi.
Saito,
Yes.
a former hostess at a cabaret club who now runs the show.
I knew there was a
Zao,
lady I did,
the
and I
wisecracking
used.
former
Yeah,
leader of the
I remember
Yokohama
him.
Umang Triad.
Zao.
And new to the series, meet party members Tomizawa and Chitose. With his undeniable charm, Ichiban is
You get
bound
used to
to
these
make even
names.
more
I know,
friends
you
in
have to like
Like a Dragon
learn that.
Infinite
That's the
Wealth.
thing, it's hard for me to keep some of the names in like,
チームのラインナップ
Straight in my
を
head.
素晴らしい
especially when it's like new characters that you're being introduced to.
Yeah.
それぞれに専用のストーリー
You
と
meet so many
固有の能力
villains
が
that you have to like keep track
ス
of
ト
all
ー
of
リー
them
の
in
キャ
your
ラクターを理
head.
解したところで龍が如く
I'm better with the
8で期待
faces
でき
than
る
I am the
唯一無二の
names
ゲーム
in
プレイ
some
と体験をご覧くださ
cases.
い
And now they're going to show gameplay.
Yeah, this would
Here you
probably,
go.
probably,
Because this is turn-based.
Like a dragon is going places. Bask in the tropical sun, take in the ocean breeze, and join Ichiban as he explores paradise on a mission to find his mother.
first time they've ever done
Alone, far from
outside
home,
of Japan,
without
as far as
Because
I know.
everything's
He must
still in
rise to the rock
Japanese. It looked like.
I think the passerbys
pack
are
your
still
bags and
voiced
get
in,
ready.
are voiced
You're
in
going to
English though.
Hawaii.
No, but I mean the signage and everything. It looked
Oh,
like
was
a
it?
lot of
Dynamic
was-
weather system. The sights and sounds of
maybe-
Hawaii have been faithfully
No, maybe
recreated
not.
in
Okay.
painstaking detail. It's shaping up to be the biggest adventure
Looks
yet.
good.
You can actually swim, which I'm excited about. It's a dumb thing, but I'm like, oh, swimming would be
The
fun.
combat system where characters duke it out in action-packed RPG battles will get your blood pumping. You can move your character during their turn and take full advantage of your enemy's position
Okay,
to
so
liberate
it's
them.
that looks.
Kazuma Kiryu is back and ready to rumble. And he's got
It still
plenty
has
of
like the
tricks
little.
Yeah, I was gonna say that still looks like.
So Kiryu's specialty is he can break out of the turn-based system,
Okay.
and he can turn it into real-time combat.
That's what it looks like. It's real-time combat.
That's just for him though. Everybody else, they still have those little like
Additionally,
event,
Yes.
the little quick time events,
Right.
but it's still turn-based. They've just added like a little more movement.
Samurai.
Oh, these are the new classes, or the new jobs.
Oh, they had some good ones.
And they're just showing moves, so they're not really showing the turn-based. These are just the animations for the moves themselves.
Right. Housekeeper.
Action star.
Got like
Many
the
more
Bruce
exciting
Lee
jobs are
outfit.
waiting to be discovered.
All in the.
That's right. I remember when you had special.
Right?
The Death
ability.
Marauder is so funny.
Like you could call in the chicken.
Yeah, they show. Oh, yeah, the pound mates.
Pound mates,
That can
yes.
turn the tide of battle.
I did like the
back
pound
better
mates.
than ever. Choose from a legendary lineup of allies and iconic blasts from the past.
The baby man is back. I don't.
Baby.
This guy's from the first game. They were. Now she was the love interest in Yakuza 2. We have Date, Akiyama. That was Nancy. Yeah, Nancy the lobster.
Oh, the lobster.
crawfish.
Yes, he had to go find. There's a chicken.
Aloha.
Every experience makes Ichiban and his friends grow
I
stronger.
guess these are the events at the bar you can do.
Build your party up and wipe out any foes in your path.
That's right, you get all out attacks in this.
Oh yes, this.
There's no shortage of side experiences either.
It's like an
It
Uber
delivers food.
Yeah,
About shredding my bike, gathering food for
it's so
customers,
fun. That's the one I'm really excited for.
I love it's just crazy text on a bike.
and finishing the job in style. Divided out in Sujimon battles.
What the
It's
heck?
like, so you remember they called them Sujimon, the weird dudes you like collected around. Now you can battle them in arenas like Pokemon.
Oh, that's bizarre.
I'm genuinely excited for this.
It's like a sumo
Aim
wrestler.
for the top
and
Look
become
at
the
these
strongest
guys.
seasonal manager.
Fu Manchu, looks like he has a mullet.
Create your profile the way you want
Dating,
it, and put your chatting
profile.
skills to the test to lighten up the mood.
俺とデートに行きませんか
Will you be able to meet the golden dreams? Every nook and cranny of town
You
has
have
a
to
new
take
surprise
pictures of the
waiting in store.
weirdos.
Karaoke offers an incredible
Karaoke's
selection of
back.
songs to sing
That's
your heart's
usual.
content.
Seems like everybody has a karaoke song in this one.
I'm not good at rhythm, though. I'm getting too old for that. I don't know if I'll do that one.
What's more,
Oh
Sega
my
Bass
gosh.
Fishing, Spike Out, and many other classic games return in this title.
Oh, they had the can game is back.
Games to play.
They have some good mini. They do have some good mini games, though.
Swimming looks so
Featuring
fun.
extreme battles with a world-class locale as the backdrop.
There's some furries in there.
There might be.
Ryuga Gotoku Studio brings you the
You
ultimate
got
entertainment.
captured by the squid. You're eaten by the squid.
Oh my gosh. Sea monsters. That looks like it. It's a dragon.
Those are probably special moves.
But that looked like a giant walk.
Nanbo,
They were
yeah,
fighting
Nanbo
in
was riding like a giant eagle or something.
龍が如く8では素晴らしい RPG ゲームプレイと新機能やメカニクス、強力な極め技、新しいジョブなど多くの新しい体験をお楽しみいただけます。2024年1月26日に発売された際に龍が如く8のすべてを体
Gotta
験して
wait
いた
till
だき
the
たい
end
で
of
す。
January.
Yeah, but
It's actually not too far away.
No, no, it's not.
It's like
just-
4 months away.
But when it's one of the few games I'm excited to play.
Even better
Of course,
in
I got
Like a
so much to
Dragon
finish
Infinite Wealth,
anyhow, so.
with improved gameplay favoring speed and strategy. The perfect balance for first-time players and hardcore veterans to become unstoppable dealers of destruction. Your party now has full freedom of movement while fighting, allowing you to strategically position yourself and your allies to more effectively take down foes.
Interesting.
Jobs in Infinite Wealth are like classes in traditional RPGs, giving party members their own skills, perks, unique weapons, and outfits. Experiment with different jobs to find what best suits your playstyle, team dynamic,
As
and
long
of
as
course,
it's
fashion
balanced.
sense.
Yeah.
Because
And
I
what
think
would
some of
Infinite
them.
Wealth be without
I don't remember
outrageous
some of
new
them being
Kiwami
very
skills?
well balanced. I had
Like
to.
Nanba's
Yeah, I had
essence
that
of Big Ass
same-
Bird, Ichiban's essence of Mind's Eye, and
I had to
many
play
more.
around with it a little bit to figure out what
Kiwami
the best
skills aren't the
combinations
only way
were.
to turn the tide
Yeah.
of battle. Summon some backup with a quick call to Pound Mates, a powerful group of allies for hire with a wide range of
They
abilities
usually
to
weren't that
fluid
expensive, if I remember
So
right.
don't
Pound
hesitate to phone a
mates, they
friend.
weren't too bad.
It's
You
worth
could
it.
usually
Yeah.
call a couple men during a battle,
Infinite Adventure. I don't know if I know.
or maybe you could only do one per battle. I can't remember.
The Like a Dragon franchise is known for luring players off
Swimming
the
with the
beaten path
dolphin.
with addictive activities and full-fledged experiences.
Oh, they brought the quiz game back.
Loaded with
Oh.
minigames
Yeah, the
and
quiz
round
game's
That was
so
battles
funny.
like
hilarious.
karaoke,
Darts, shogi.
mahjong, golf,
Mahjong.
fishing, and the batting cages. Infinite Wealth brings
That would be
even more
fun.
to discover. There's Sicko Snap, a photo mode
Sicko
scavenger hunt
Snap.
around Honolulu. The mismatch dating app,
Oh
where
my
you just might
gosh.
meet that special someone. And inspired by the Sega classic Crazy Taxi, Crazy Delivery puts Ichiban in the driver's seat, speeding across Honolulu on his bike at great risk to himself and anyone in his way. Throughout the game, you'll also encounter loads of over-the-top enemies called Sujimon. Once defeated in battle, record them in the Suji decks, recruit them to your team, and duke it out in Sujimon battles.
I'm so
Collect
excited
them all,
for that.
level them up, and become
Level
a
them
Sujimon
up.
master. Wherever you turn, there's something for everyone in Infinite Wealth.
So they're supposed to be like Pokemon that you have?
Yeah, it's like a
Keeping it well,
stupid
will
version
launch on
of
It's like a
Pokemon.
goofy version.
So you can
and will
use
be
them.
available
They're just
in
supposed to be
3
like
editions,
weirdos you
standard,
found on the
deluxe,
street.
and ultimate.
But you only play
And if you
them
pre-order,
in
you'll
an
get the
arena.
Heroes booster
Yeah.
and special
I
job
guess so.
sets.
Because you fight them in the streets and then you add them to your
increase
Suji
party
deck.
members'
Gotcha.
level and job rank by 1, while the special job set gives
You
you
could be a
access to
football
the
player.
new tennis ace job for female party members and the linebacker job for the guys.
Linebacker.
Pre-order now to unlock them on day 1.
龍が如く8を皆様へお届けできる日が来るのを楽しみに
Is
し
this
てい
being
ます。
released
ここで皆様に朗報です。龍が
on
如く
both
7
on
外伝
both the
名を消した
Xbox and
男を
the
クリアした方は
PlayStation?
龍が如く8
Yeah, I
のスペシャ
believe
ル
so.
体験版がプレイ可能になります。
I'm not sure if it's coming day one to Game
ご期待ください
Pass or not. Oh yeah, the trial will come with
今後発
Gaiden.
売さ
We'll
れ
be
る
able to
龍
play
が
a
如く
demo.
スタジオタイトルの龍が如くセブンガイデン名を消した男と龍が如く8の情報を楽しんでいただけましたでしょうか。龍が如くチーム全体が情熱を注ぎ込んだこの2つのタイトル
Yeah, these guys put
発
these
売した
games
際に
out
ぜひ
like
ともプレイしていただきたい
Well, because didn't they do Judgment?
ご視聴あり
yeah,
が
and
とうございま
Ishin
した
came out at the
また
beginning of
お会い
this
しましょ
year,
う
so they pretty much put 3 games out within the span of a year.
Well, they must be very familiar with their
Workflow.
software, yeah, to make these that fast. Or they got bigger teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should make some. Oh yeah, there it is. It's even coming to Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think I'll play it on the PS4 though.
No, there was more than that? I didn't see this. What is this? Wait, I never saw this. Is this just more gameplay?
End credits? I don't know.
Maybe
It's
it's
the opening credits because it shows him eating.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why his haircut.
This is before, because I think he ends up getting that same stupid haircut again somehow after this. So this is probably the opening. Yeah, because it looks like he's still.
Yeah.
In his
He's got the
club.
ponytail.
He's hanging out with one of the homeless guys from the homeless camp. Yeah, I never watched this. I must have missed this when
Some of this looks like it's back in his hometown.
Yeah, it looks like he must start here in Yokohama, or maybe it's...
Because some of those streets look very familiar.
Yeah. I think the game is split between Yokohama, Honolulu, and Kamurocho, so you'll go to all 3 locations. Yeah, this is this is such a different intro than how they usually do the Yakuza intros. Oh, he's actually got his own apartment.
He's got his own, yeah, he's got his own place.
It's like a dump, but...
Yeah, it's a dump. Very much a dump.
But he's got a place, which he
didn't
really
have.
before.
He didn't have before.
That's awesome. I never saw that. How did I miss that? Yeah.
Wow, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job of really hyping up
that was cool.
the game. Kiryu's got cancer. It's like, is he gonna die at the end?
Yeah,
or...
are they gonna kill him off?
I love Kiryu.
I know. He's been around. This is his, like, I don't know. I think canonically it's like his 9th game in the series as a protagonist. Or maybe it's his 8th game as a protagonist, because 7 he technically isn't, but he's the protagonist from 0 all the way to 6, and then 8. So yeah, he's got 8 games to his name that he was playing.
Well, I don't think anybody's getting tired of him.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some people, but I think everybody was hoping, like, well, Ichiban was introduced, and so I think people were taken aback when they thought, oh, Kiryu's also going to be in this game? Which I think Yakuza 6 left a little to be desired as his final game. So I think this might maybe serve to
kind of
give him a little more of a send-off, but nobody knows if he's actually going to die or not, because they've pulled the rug from under us a few times where they faked his death before, so... I mean, the whole reason he's in hiding is because
he's lying that he has cancer?
No, I think they'll just, at the last second, either they'll, like, find something where he recovers, or Or maybe they'll let him die. It would be fascinating to see them actually let him die, but I don't know if they'll actually have the courage
or if
to
he'll just
do it.
leave and then it's like
Disappear and you don't exactly see what happens. But
see, he pops back in from death, but then he dies again with cancer, and then you think he might pop back up again.
Right, because like they did a thing at the
you
end
know,
of
they could
5.
like that's the thing, they could leave it vague, like that you never find out if he gets cured or not, or if he dies, like he just leaves. And
yeah,
then
they may
just
not.
leave it
They may not.
open-ended.
They may just tell you that and not resolve it in
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah,
You just have to wait until.
They might just imply
the
that he spends his last days, maybe since we know that he's going to get exposed by this evil VTuber girl who apparently is friends with the Yakuza.
Why is there a VTuber for Yakuza? Who's tuning into that?
I don't know. I think that's what everybody was like. Why is she like talking about this specifically? Shouldn't she be talking about
She
something else?
probably has.
She's probably in the Yakuza.
That's what I was gonna say. She's got some ties to him. So
she's probably funded by, because there's a lot of VTubers in Japan that are funded by different organizations. Like companies will hire a VTuber just to get people to interact with the brand. So she's probably
Sega
some like
does that with a VTuber for Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll have these very brand specific VTubers. So she's probably like being funded by the Yakuza or something to expose these stories, if I had to guess.
The other thing I'm trying to remember from the first game of Like the Dragon, were you able to change your outfits?
So yes, you could, but the thing was, you couldn't do it except you could do it usually at the end of the game, but in 7 what they gave you was you could change your outfits, but it was based on your class. So you'd pick a class and there'd be a variety of outfits you could choose, but they would only pop up in battle.
Right.
There may have been situations where yeah, that's right. That's true. So when you went into battle, they would appear in their new costumes. But when you're outside of battle, they were just in the regular costumes. However, with Gaiden, they showed that you're going to be able to customize Kiryu's entire look throughout the entire game. That's like one of the special new things for that game specifically. So you can choose his suit pattern, you can give him hats and accessories, and I guess because he's supposed to be like a secret agent. So they finally gave you that ability, which I've always kind of wanted, to be able to customize their looks like a little more in depth.
Right. So you can have disguises.
Yeah. So I thought that was a fun concept for that game.
Yeah, because that they had some crazy stuff.
Yeah. So
it'll make him look like Elton John from the 70s.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see how they interweave those two games together, because it really seems like that game's going to set up Kiryu's story for 8. Now, I know you haven't played like 0 through 6, which is fine, because I think, Kiryu's a pretty static character in terms of like, there's not a whole lot to know about him other than he's made it through all these other various situations.
He's a very strong character. He's very good at what he does, and
he's beat up a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously.
So at this point,
wouldn't that be weird though, to have such a strong character be killed by cancer?
Yeah, I think
that feels like the only way that he could go down.
Right,
no one could kill him
because he's achieved that like legendary status.
So it's like something just out of like the norm.
The blue, he gets an incurable disease.
Causes has to be it. Because I don't think a lot of people would like it if some random new villain just came and killed him.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people were like, it had to be someone who deserved to be able to take him down.
Now, here's my question.
But if it's natural causes, people can just accept that, I think. Some people might not.
Do you think they'll actually explain where the cancer came from? Because through the entire series, he smokes and drinks. So do you think they're gonna claim it's
I think you will, because he coughed up blood, so I'm assuming it might be something like lung cancer.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and he is like, I think he's pushing 60 in this game, so I think he is probably about your age, Dad, in this game.
I mean, Yeah, don't age me too much, but yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. So
I don't have as
but
much
I mean, if
gray,
you're smoking for that
I don't
long,
have that much gray hair as him. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and it went from completely black to all of a sudden it just went gray.
Yeah, just because you saw him. You saw him in the first. You saw him in the first trailer, and he looked like his normal self, and then. But didn't they say that his Kiryu had this backstory going on during like a dragon?
Yeah.
And so he was...
Because you don't see him till the end of that game.
So he was older in the new one.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those other games you're playing were like his golden years?
So here's the timeline. So Yakuza 0 is a prequel. It's kind of the origins of how he got like...
Right. And
how he got in and out of the Yakuza.
I started playing... That's the one I started playing.
He's supposed to be, I think, 20 in that game.
Okay.
Then Yakuza Kiwami, there's a big gap, kind of like Ichiban, where he had to go to prison. So he starts out in, I think, Kiwami. He's around the age, I want to say, of 38 or so. I think he's in his late 30s. And subsequently, throughout the next 20 years of games, he ages up to around where he is now.
How old is he supposed to be?
I think he's supposed to be 58 or so in this game.
Oh, well, then he's my age.
Yeah, I think that's how old he's supposed to be. Because...
Interesting.
I think Majima is 4 years older than him. So Majima is probably about 62.
He looks younger.
In this game. Yeah, he looks younger.
I look younger than them, and I'm 58.
Yeah.
Because they weren't very nice to him for his age.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they treat these characters since they are getting older. And the voice actors are also, about the same age as the characters. So... They might be thinking about, keeping them in mind as to how long they can inhabit these roles.
So going back to the first trailer, we know the plot. I mean, they showed a lot of the plot for Like a Dragon, but the first one...
They still haven't shown a whole ton of exactly... You're right. I think there might be a story trailer floating around somewhere.
He's not saving little kids still, is he?
So...
Because...
The premise, basically, and for anyone watching, I assume you wouldn't be watching this unless you, had this spoiled. So, at the end of 6, so he had an orphanage he ran. Or at least, he kind of fostered all these kids.
I guess you can spoil it for me, because I don't know when I'll get 6 anyhow.
So, he fostered all these kids. That actually happens in 3, and they have all gotten older, but Haruka was the first one. She's in the very first Yakuza game. She's a little girl in that one. And
I do remember that.
And so throughout each game, he's with Haruka, and then 3, he decides to take in a bunch of kids because he was an orphan as a kid. So he bought his old orphanage, and he took over it, and so he started raising these kids. But then at the end of 6, he gets into a situation where he has this close call, and everybody thinks he died. Haruka had a baby.
Where it looks like he got shot in the back of the head?
Where it looks like he gets shot in the chest, and everybody thinks he died, but he wakes up in a hospital, and there's this mysterious organization that kind of stepped in.
He's not naked, is he? Wakes up in the hospital naked?
No, he doesn't.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. So this organization offers they will help him, go under the radar, because he just wants to basically disconnect from... them to protect them so that he doesn't tie them into whatever trouble he might get into. So he makes a deal with them that he'll do whatever they need him to do, basically, as long as they don't involve the kids at the orphanage. Let them think he died.
So they can't use them as leverage for whatever.
But apparently it happens because it showed in the trailer them showing him a photo of them. So they still are using him.
Yep.
So I guess basically they're threatening him if you don't do what we say...
It didn't work.
We're going to ruin it for you. And then obviously in 8, it gets spoiled that he's alive anyhow, but it showed a little clip of Haruka in her idol outfit, so I don't know if she's at a concert and learns about this or something, because in 5 she becomes this big Japanese idol.
Would she be a lot older?
You would think, because she retires at the end of 5, or maybe it's at the beginning of 6, and she disappears. And she goes to this little town in Okinawa.
How old was she when she retired?
Well, retiring in that industry that, you know, sometimes they retire at really young ages. So I think she's supposed to be around, she's either 19 or 20 in, I think,
Why did she look
6.
like she was about 5?
I think she just always has looked young.
That's weird. Or maybe they were doing a flashback.
Maybe it was a flashback. Because she does start, I think, when she's probably about 15, 16, and when she becomes an idol. So maybe that's supposed to be a flashback to when she was, because she isn't anymore, and then she had a baby.
Oh, okay.
In 6. So I wonder if we'll see the baby, because he would be quite a few years older now. He'd be, I think, a toddler now, or maybe around 5. So it'll be interesting to see if we see that baby, because Kiryu has to play Grandpa in Yakuza 6.
Yeah, I got a lot of I think I can download some of those on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, you'll have to check those out. 0 is a great starting point, but, you know, Kiwami really gets you into knowing a lot of those characters. I think if you play Yakuza 1, 2, 3, 4, by that point you know the main, like, cast that recurs throughout the series. So
if I
get a pretty good grasp.
8, then
yeah,
it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Or so they've done. Make sure I have this right. So they did 7, and then the man with, what do they call it? The man without a name?
Dragon Gaiden, which is kind of and then the subtitle is The Man Who Erased His Name. I've just been calling it Like a Dragon Gaiden.
So it's kind of a in between, like a 7.5.
Right. So again, at the end of 6, he goes into hiding. 7, you play as Ichiban. At the end of 7, Kiryu appears, right? So there's this gap as to, okay, what was he doing while he was in hiding to when he showed up in 7.
Okay.
And you get bits and pieces of why he's there, but I don't recall if you get the full story or not. So I guess this game is going to fill in that gap, and then it's probably going to go a little beyond and set up his story
Infinite
for 8.
Wealth. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they're going to mention the cancer at the end of that game, if they're going to touch on that, or if that's going to be something they show only in 8, because it feels like that would be a good way to leave it on a cliffhanger for 8, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows when they tell him when he says he has cancer, whether it's at the beginning or at the end.
Right. But it seems like they're bringing back a ton of characters from the past. They've shown so many characters from, like, previous entries that are showing up. Like, again, Kiryu's love interest from 2. The bartender is a character from 3 that you thought died. They showed off another character who you thought died, who runs another bar in Honolulu, who's an American. They've shown a villain from Yakuza 2 who seems to be returning. They've shown all sorts of things.
They're kind of just bringing all the Yakuza games
all these
together.
Like iconic characters.
So is that why you're able to, when they have the arena, you're able to pick all these characters?
Probably. That's probably something where you can choose.
They combine the two. They combine the two worlds, or not 2 worlds, but the 2 sets of characters.
Yeah, I think that kind of seemed
and the
like
others from Ichiban, and
I think you're right.
Pick who you want.
I think you're right. I think that seems to be what they were implying.
Do you think that takes the place of like the skyscraper levels, like from Like a Dragon, where you would go up and fight?
I don't know. It might actually. You're right. That could be one of the like alternative. I'm not sure if it's going to be its
an
own
alternative
thing.
to.
They usually have like a Coliseum though in each game, so this might be in place of the Coliseum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyhow, guys, that's gonna be it for now. I might break this up into pieces, but so that's our thoughts. I'm sure we'll talk about it when we've both.
Oh, it was fun. I
definitely
want to play it.
So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Talk to you later.